for people to show up anyway. It's a Marissa. Hi. Huzzah, it's recording. Is it all freaky? No, it's not. Yay. Huzzah. There's a Cynthia as well. Hello. We got a huge influx of new people in the group. I swear. We're at 170 now. Holy crap, guys. Hey there. Oh. So I'm going to give it a couple seconds just so people get the notification that I'm live. Hello, hello. And for those who don't know, this is how it runs in this group since we got so many new people. My name is Rachel Erazo. I am an intuitive life coach and divination mentor. And right now we're focusing on tarot because I have the Start Reading Tarot Intuitively course. So in this group, every week there's weekly threads and all kinds of awesome stuff. There is a group mailing list where every week you'll get the live stream sent to if you're not here on time. And I don't take these down. They also go up onto my YouTube channel. So they're everywhere. You guys can see it everywhere. So yeah, we're going to talk about all kinds of stuff. And we also have workshops in series. And I'm going to be announcing the next one today, along with a bunch of other goodies. We have so much stuff going on this month, I swear. But we're going to give it another second so people know that we're here. Happy Friday as well. Thank fucking God it's Friday. Because this, my energy has been like, whoo! I have so much shit I need to do. But okay, let's get started. So, this week, if you guys have been in the group a little bit longer than the new people, you'll know that I've done this before, but it's going to make sense because we're going to start a challenge. And the first step to really reading intuitively for anything, especially when it comes to tarot and oracle decks, is interviewing your deck. And I see this step skipped a lot because a lot of people will just whip it out the box and whoo, it works, but sometimes it doesn't happen that way for some people. So let's put this into perspective a little bit. Have you ever met somebody whose vibe is completely off from yours? Like, their energetic level is completely the opposite of you. I have a couple people that are like that in my life, and I can't be in the same room with them for more than 5 minutes without wanting to choke them. Just because it's so different and it clashes. But also, a lot of the times these people are more on the acquaintance level or the stranger level for me. They don't know me, and vice versa. So if you're in a room with a stranger, like when you go to the bus station and you sit next to somebody who's a complete stranger and the energy is weird, it's so hard to even, come up with a conversation or even sit there in silence because it's super freaking off. Yeah, Cynthia gets what I'm talking about. So when I first got my very, very first deck, the Enchanted World Tarot that we saw in last month's challenge, series, it was very similar for me because you guys saw from the imagery that it was the Renaissance meets like geometry with really pretty, bright, happy colors, and everything was graceful, but then it had weird jagged lines sometimes, and it just didn't vibe with me. I didn't care for it. So, hello Maria. Oh, and hello Virginia. So, when I first pulled it out and tried to do a reading on myself, first of all, it was a gift from my friend Izzy, who was my roommate at the time. And she hadn't said goodbye to it, which maybe it's weird. I talk to inanimate objects, but I'm a tarot reader, I do that. And it's just, it didn't get a solid goodbye. So it still was like, no, I'm not your deck, I'm Izzy's deck. So it was mad at me at first. And then also I didn't resonate with the imagery, so it was just two strangers in a room sitting and kind of like, I don't understand this. So the main problem, I didn't understand the language of the deck. But I made my own interview spread. because I kept seeing people talking about how they interviewed their cards and I couldn't find any good ones I liked for spreads. So I made one of my own, and I interviewed the deck, and I was like, oh, okay, I can understand this a little bit more. It's just me who's the dark and dreary, you're the happy-go-lucky deck, so you don't like telling me bad things. Okay, I can understand it a little bit more. I can get on the same playing field with you. So every deck that I've owned since then, which that was 2014 when I first got my first deck, ever since then, I've used this on every deck that I own, because I like to use all of my decks, and I don't have that many. And it's made it so much easier for me to conversate. And even when I first started getting my husband into Tarot, had him do it, and it made him start to connect with his cards so much easier. So, a big thing is not only do you understand the language and the tone of the deck then when you sit down and have a conversation, but you're using your intuition, and you're tapping into that more playful part of yourself, because a little kid would more sit down and talk to an inanimate object with dolls and action figures and things. Adults, we don't do that, and we need to tap a little bit into that, and that's where our intuition lives, with our inner child. Marissa says, I love deck interview layouts, looking forward to yours. Yeah, it's super fun, and with mine, we're only going to do a snippet today, because what we're going to be doing on the 1st through the 5th of January is a quick start to reading Tarot intuitively challenge. So if you guys haven't done challenges before, I know a couple people here have. Challenges are every day I will live stream. We're going to go over a topic, and I'm going to ask you some questions. You're going to get a workbook, and this spread, the complete spread for what I'm going to do for you today, will be included, so you can do it for your own deck. And there'll be pinned posts where you have to comment and put all the things in, because it's all about doing it as a group. And it's challenging you to think about your reading practice and waking that up. And this is a really good thing for this group, especially because this is pretty much, the challenge is based around my course. And so for those of you who are like, I don't know if I want to buy something that's teaching me how to use my intuition, this is going to be a good idea for you, because this is just going to give you a little bit snippets, and we're going to be using things from my actual course. So, yeah, this is going to be super fun. Cynthia says, my first deck was the Lupatelli Pharaoh Tarot back in 2000, and yikes, we did not see eye to eye. No, sometimes you don't. But then you get decks like my next deck that I went out and personally got myself, was the Witch's Tarot, and oh my god, I loved it. I still love it. And it actually was a client favorite of mine for my reading business. So, today, for interviewing, and I'm so freaking excited about this, I got a deck that I've been pining for fucking ever in the mail. And I got the Tea Leaf fortune cards. If it'll actually... Woo! There we go! There we are! And it's... Oh my god. It's freaking huge. Oh, I love it. I've been wanting this deck so bad. It's a 200 card deck. And it's awesome, because even just opening up, first of all, it flips open like this. It comes with a book. It's like, wow, those are big. I know! It's amazing! It comes with a giant baggie to carry all the cards in, and then it has them all in here, in 2 separate ones. And the reason there's so many, because it goes over all the tea leaf patterns that you could possibly get, the astrological houses, the months of the year, and a couple other things. So, there's a lot of stuff. So we're going to sit here, and we're going to interview this deck. Right out the box! I'm so excited! Oh my god. And the art is pretty. And like a typical Oracle deck, it's got a little phrase at the bottom. But we're going to sit here and we're going to interview the deck. And I thought this would be super fun, because I interviewed the Halloween Oracle for a Shadow Work workshop. attractive. So I thought, let's do another unboxing, and I was supposed to get these yesterday, but the stupid office was closed. So I had to wait. But I'm so excited because, oh my god, and see, they're all round like a cup. And this is the months of the year, yeah, so we got December, and they're all hand-drawn. And if anybody wants to know who this is by, it's Ray Hepburn. She did the Halloween Oracle. So, Cynthia asked, do you read tea leaves too? I used to back in the 90s. I'm thinking of getting back into it now that I'm back onto a loose tea addiction. Tea is my weakness, which is another reason why whenever you see me saying, get ready for the live stream, grab your tea, it's because I'm literally brewing a cup of tea before we get here. And it's usually different, but, for me, it's usually some kind of variation of green. But I adore tea leaf reading, and that was one reason I wanted to get this deck, so I could start learning, because it goes over how to in the beginning part. I've been mostly scrying with milk in my chai, but I'm super excited to learn how to scry. So, let's see. Oh, they're so pretty. Marissa says we should interview our favorite tea with our tarot decks. Oh my god, you guys, that'd be amazing. Yeah, because I even just got back from the library a couple days ago, and when I go to the library, I get 60 books at a time, just because that's me and I'm a bookworm. So, I got this book on afternoon tea and how to have a proper afternoon tea, and it came with menus and recipes for the different macaroons and sandwiches and all what tea to pair with what, and I'm just like, oh my god, I need a proper tea set for this. And when I did go to Japan, because I went to Japan in 2008, we did a tea leaf reading ceremony. And oh my god, I was the only one freaking the hell out. I still have that tea. It's lychee black, what I got, and it's loose leaf, and oh my god, it's still good. Okay, if I'm on the tea subject, we'll be here for fucking ever. So, let's keep going. Alright, so, load the picture up. Okay, come on. And maybe. Ha-ha! There it goes! Cool. Awesome. So, took a quick picture, and here's the cards that I got in front of me. Oh my god, the art. Oh, I adore it so much. Okay, so this is what I'm doing here for this specific spread. Like I said, this is only a snippet. The actual interview spread is like 7 to 9 cards. I'm not big on huge spreads, but sometimes you need them. So, first off, this deck's strengths is the bear, weaknesses is the bat, how it feels about me, the apple, and where it thinks will go, the heart. Everybody good so far? Cynthia says, wow, those are beautiful. Hashtag wish list. Oh my god. I can't wait to sit down and just flip through them one by one. Oh my god. So, first off, for its strengths, we have the bear, so danger, especially in money matters. That's really freaking, that's really straight out there. So, it's good at telling me when it's a bad situation, which makes sense for tea leaf readings, because usually people are looking for danger in tea leaf readings. So that's actually really good. I get so many shadow work decks. This is probably another shadow work deck. I like the way that bear looks. It's kind of like hiding in the leaves. So it's like, it's that kind of deck that even though it's huge, like a bear, it probably just lurks in the back and listens to all the gossip that the other tarot cards are talking about, and then will tattletale to me later. I'm gonna have some trouble with this deck. Okay, Okay, so then weaknesses. Bat, take care. Enemies are working against you. So it's not good at telling me to be careful. See, I don't like bats. Which usually, if I go along with, my symbolism and characterization, as I love to do whenever it comes to my readings. So this deck is really good for... See, I don't like that symbol. I don't like bats. So, and I guess it's just because they're dirty and creepy, but I love vampires, so it's just like, maybe that's something interesting. Bats are great because they eat insects like mosquitoes. Yeah, it's true. Like, I don't hate their purpose, but it's just like the image. And it's weird, I'm really particular with my images. Like, I think there's a crab in here somewhere, and I will eat crab till the cows come home, but I can't deal with a live crab moving around. Just some personal issues. I get terrified by them. I've been chased by them. I can't do it. So I guess it's just fear of the unknown kind of thing for me with bats. So it doesn't like those kind of symbols either that are just kind of like, I guess. Okay. What it thinks about me. Temptation will test you. The apple. Hello, Tamira. I'm sorry I butchered your name. Tamira. I think so. Hi. I butchered your name. I apologize. Temptation will test you. So the apple. So it thinks that I get led into temptation very easy. That's really interesting. Usually, that's interesting, because usually when I interview a deck, they think that I'm too watery, and I'm too nurturing. And I need to have more fire in me. And something with a wand. There's a snake in there! That's cool. I don't know if you guys can see that, but right above the branch that the apple's on, there's a snake right there. That's why. Okay, so I don't stop and take a look at the situation completely first. That makes more sense. Cynthia, the branches could be construed as a wand. That's true. And the color red is in there. And red and fire and... Ooh. That makes sense. Okay. Alright, so it thinks that I need to be careful about temptation. I usually like to be the evil queen and do poison apples, so I need to be careful about eating one myself. Where it thinks it'll go for us together... Heart. Love, deep affection, and caring. So, building that nurturing side. Cool. And a common thing between all of these, there's some kind of nature in the background. Especially the flowers. If you notice, the apple and the heart both have like these cherry blossom type flowers. Apple and bear both have leaves. Bat is the only one that's standing out. That's in a cave. So it's just like... This is all about the little details for this deck. Cynthia says, snakes are also all about wisdom. Wands are intellect as well. That's very true. Wands can be intellect. I usually do intellect with swords, but wands can be as well, because it's still kind of like a mental drive. So that does make sense. Awesome point. More red colors on the right, more green colors on the left. That too. Okay, so if we keep going at this intuitively, what's missing? Water. We got a lot of earth and a lot of fire here. So we're missing water and air here. Air, you got a little bit because bats are flying things, but you're still missing some of that water. So this is a stability and thinking problems through thoroughly and focusing on your drive type of deck. Just from this, just from not doing the entire spread. That's really interesting. That's fascinating. Hello, Adam. I've seen you before. Welcome. So, already I kind of get a sense of the language for this deck. And it makes sense to sit down and interview a deck in the first place, because again, it's like having a conversation with somebody. If someone is going to know each and every part of your life, you kind of need to sit down and talk to them first. That's why so many people have issues with psychiatrists and therapists, because you're just sitting down and telling your life story to this person who never gives anything in return. They just ask you more questions. So this is kind of more like a friendship kind of thing with all our cards, not even just from this deck, but from your own personal cards. You're getting help with existential crises. You need to be able to, ask them, so what's your favorite color? Things like that. Marissa says, in a deck interview, does a lack of elements mean that area of life is not emphasized with that deck? Yes, it can be. That's why I like noticing what's missing from a deck so much, because especially, I didn't get to do it with this one because I took it straight out the box and did a reading, which I don't like to do. I like to sit through and do one card at a time and get the sense that way. But if you want to focus on what elements are missing, that tells you quite a bit about a deck. And this one, I'll say there's a little bit of water, because in order for an apple to grow, a tree needs water in order to sustain itself before it can give anything out. So that is a good thing to notice, though. If you're going through your deck and you notice there's an element missing whenever you pull up cards, it could be, one, that element is missing in you, or two, that deck does not like to focus on that. Which that'd be something to ask your deck about, like, why don't I ever get water with you? Or why don't I ever get air with you? And then it'll tell you, like, no, I don't like this. And this is why I'm not strong in that area. And you can figure out how can you strengthen your deck. And then in turn, it'll strengthen you. So that's an awesome question, Marissa. So, now if we look at this more cohesively, and not just based on color now and element, we look at the characters. So the bear is looking away from everything else, and if we want to do it just from the picture, the bear is looking right at me. Right in front of me, it's looking more to the side of me, So the bear focuses on external danger. It's not looking right at me. And it's not interacting with anything else in the spread. So it's not saying anything in here is the issue, it's something else entirely. So the bat, hello Lotus, the bat is looking right at me and a little bit to the side. So it could be something external, but it could be something internal. So I need to be careful about the warning that the bat gives by being my own personal antagonist, but also somebody on the outside being my antagonist, And the apple is an inanimate object, but that snake is looking to the side. It's looking at love or heart. It's looking at that, so it's saying that's more the reason, So the temptation comes from wanting that relationship, that deep affection and caring with the heart. I can't be too focused on going just for that. I need to also pull it back a little bit and be a little bit more overview. Does that make sense? Am I just speaking really symbolically and no one understands what I'm saying? Let me know. I have a habit of doing that. And I love questions. It makes us all think. Cynthia says it's good insight. Cool. Yeah, that's, I know for one part of, I think it was the very last day of the last series, that you guys, if you're new in the group and you didn't get to be a part of our series for going through the Fool's Journey, you can still do it. It's just in the group, there's workbooks there, you guys can go through it. I talked about body positions and positions of power. So paying attention to the body positions of your characters and your cards, no matter what the deck is really going to give you some insight on what the hell's going on and what is the more powerful card. Because then the more powerful card in this situation would be the heart, because it's straight at me, Then it's the bat, then it's the bear, and then it's the snake, because the snake is the horizontal one. Just from body positions on who's turned. Okay, so cool. Yeah, and if you'd like to, with your own decks, I really encourage you to go ahead and do this for yourself too. I know somebody did this last time, it might have been you, Marissa, that interviewed their own deck and they posted it up in the group, and that was awesome because we all have so many different types of decks and tastes that it makes interviewing them and talking to them, we get a little bit of language from them as well. And then if we get some snarkiness one day from somebody's drawing, then we know which deck to blame it on. So, like I said, we are going to be doing a quick start to Reading Tarot Intuitively challenge, starting January 1st, and it'll go till the 5th. So, that first week of January, after Christmas, literally after New Year's, go out, get your party on, and then come back, and we're going to have a giant intuitive practice all that week. It'll be every day at noon. I'll put an event up in the group and invite everybody to it, like I always do. And we're really going to focus on how to simplify the tarot reading process and make it really fun. This isn't about interviewing meanings, memorizing meanings, and, we'll get into the symbolism, but we're going to make it fun for you. Because we have some very new people here, and we have some people here who have been doing this for years and just need to find that love again for their cards. And this is to help you get back into that flow. And it's going to be super fun. It's free, by the way. It's free. It'll always be free. And you can start the challenge at any time. Okay? So, another thing that I want to announce is, like I said, December is going to be full of all kinds of stuff. Right now, in the Heart-Centered, I always butcher this name, the Heart-Centered Spiritual Biz Babes group with Christina Quick, she is doing a 12 Days of Christmas, a Very Merry Biz Besties giveaway telesummit, and I will be talking and giving away free things on Monday. So that post is in the group. I will probably share it one more time. Let me actually get the link for this challenge so you guys actually have it. I will be talking about how to use bath magic to improve your spiritual practice. Absolutely, Cynthia, I can link to the group. Let me get a couple links in here. Boop. There's a challenge. And the thing with the challenge is just so then you get the replays, and you always have the replays and you don't have to search the group. And you get the workbooks that I'm going to give you and links to the threads and all that fun stuff. So even if you can't be there live, you can still do it afterwards. If it'll load. Come on. Do it. And then... come on. Did it do it? Yes, it did. Pin. Don't know why I didn't do that. Yes, I will be December 11th at 12 p.m., so about this time, Mountain Standard Time. All my live streams are usually at that time. And I'll even put the replay up here in the group afterwards, but if you don't go, then you don't get the extra special gift link that I'll be sharing. I'm going to teach you how to use bath magic, because bath magic is amazing. Come on. It's being stupid right now. I will share it after the live stream, though. It's being stupid. So yeah, do you guys have any questions? And all this month we're going to be talking about all the different ways to help get you started on jump-starting your intuition with your tarot reading practice. Okay? And look out more for more freebies and all the fun stuff. There's going to be a bunch of it. So, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your Friday. Oh, did it actually work? It might have. It might have. It might have. I'll put it up anyway. My computer is lagging ridiculously. So, there we go! Alright, it finally just posted. So yeah, follow that link, the 12 Days Biz Besties giveaway. You'll get daily reminders. You'll get a link to the actual group and all of that. And yeah, just say you're there for the Telesummit. Today at 7 p.m., you guys missed the one from yesterday with Kai, but you can watch the replay. Today we have Susie, and she's going over taro and crystals and how to incorporate them. But that's today. And then I'm Monday, and then it'll go all the way up until the 22nd. It'll be amazing. So I will see you guys later. Have a happy Friday. Bye. If it'll do it.